What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So the Psychic Spectacular event is starting around the world. Let's go through all the event details, some tips for the event, timestamps below. As always, let's get right into it. Okay, so this is a very simple event. The Psychic Spectacular event is gonna be from Wednesday, September 8th, 10 a.m. to September 13th, 8 p.m. local time. The local time, wherever you live, that's gonna be the time of the event. First off, we're gonna have the debut of Inkay evolving into Malamar. It's very simple to make this evolution. All you have to do is make sure your phone's upside down when you're evolving Inkay into Malamar, but I will have a shorts coming out tomorrow explaining more about this if you're still confused. In the wild during the event, we're gonna have Abra, Slowpoke, Drowsy, Natu, Baltoy, Woobat, Gothita, Solosis, Algem, and Inkay, in which this whole top row here all have shiny potentials. In the 1-star raids, we're gonna have Staryu, Chimecho, Bronzor, Esper, and Inkay. These first three do have shiny potentials. In the 3 stars, we have Alolan Raichu, Wobbuffet, Medicham, and Metagross. These first two do have shiny potentials. In the 5 stars, we have Lugia, which of course can be shiny, and as well as Mega Slowbro in the Mega Raids, which can be shiny. There's gonna be exclusive stickers, which you can check out on screen right here, which you can get from spinning Pokestops, opening gifts, or buying them in the in-game shop. You can also take a snapshot with either your buddy Pokemon or any Pokemon, in which you will get photobombed once a day by an Inkay. So it is confirmed you do get an Inkay photobomb when you take a snapshot once a day. Now for research, there's a lot of research going down in this event. First of all, we're gonna unlock the page 4 of the Misunderstood Mischief research. If you go on your special research right now, you might see Misunderstood Mischief and says Professor Willow is currently performing an investigation. So once this event does start in your local time, you will unlock the page 4, which this will automatically complete, and then you'll get onto page 5, in which you can complete that. So obviously page 4 will auto-complete, but page 5 will be power Pokemon 10 times for 15 Ultra Balls, catch 20 Psychic-type Pokemon for an Abra, evolve 3 Psychic-types Pokemon, 10 revives, and then these will be the final reward. So that will be something to complete, but then after you complete that, you'll be on page 6, in which you will be halted again, and you'll have to wait for another event in which we auto-complete that and get onto the next page. There's also going to be special field research tasks during the event, in which we can catch 10 Psychic-type Pokemon for an Abra or a Drowsy encounter, earn 3 cannons to walk on your buddy for a Woobat encounter, evolve 1 Inkay for an unknown encounter. I'm not 100% sure what this will be, but I'll leave it in the pinned comments once we do find out. Make 3 nice curveball throws in a row for 500 Stardust, 7 nice curveball throws in a row for 1,000 Stardust, and 7 great curveball throws in a row for 1,500 Stardust. And then finally, there's going to be exclusive time research, which you can find in your time research tab, which all the tasks are going to be on screen right now. So feel free to pause if you want to check any of them out, but they are all pretty self-explanatory. The only tip I'll give you is for the task, use an incense on the 5th page. You don't actually have to use an incense. You can actually just use a melt-in box, which is completely free to get. And I'll link a video below on how to get a melt-in box, but using a melt-in box counts as using an incense. If you don't want to go ahead and use one of those premium items, you can just go ahead and use a melt-in box. Very easy. That's pretty much all the event details for you guys. Let's get on to some tips for the event, starting with what are going to be the best spawns during the event. So we actually have some decent wild spawns happening during the event. Let's go through them right now. First of all, we got Abra spawning in the wild. Abra evolving all the way into Alakazam is not very good in raids, PvP, or anything like that, but it does have a mega form that could come to the game in the future. So it's definitely recommend to get yourself a high IV one, hopefully 100% for when that mega comes out, as Mega Alakazam will be a deadly raid attack. We also have Slowpoke, which evolves into Slowbro, which of course does have the mega form, and even Slowbro is a decent Pokemon in some of the special cups that you can use, so it's not completely write-off for PvP, but not the best. We have Drowsy, which evolves into Hypno. Hypno is an amazing pick in the Great League, specifically in special cups. Definitely a good one to get. You're going to want low attack, high defense, high stamina for that Pokemon. Finally, Wobbuffet is also going to be spawning in the wild. Now, Wobbuffet is a decent gym defender, so you can throw it in gyms. It has a very high HP, but actually purified Wobbuffet that knows the move Return, you need to have it purified so it knows the purified exclusive move Return. That Pokemon is actually decent in the Great League if it's 100% IV, maxed out to level 50, and best buddy. So although you're not going to actually be using the Wobbuffets you're catching in the wild in the Great League, you can use these Wobbuffets to grind those candies and XL candies, so you can invest those into your purified Wobbuffet if you want to use one in the Great League. This is a very hard Pokemon to get for the Great League, as it maxes out around 1100 CP, but definitely an option for you. Other than that though, none of these Pokemon are amazing. Gothita and Solosis might be worth catching, as these Pokemon might have community days in the future. I could see them having community days. So if you want to start prepping on candy and high IV ones, you can do that. But let's take a look at Inkay, which is going to be the new Pokemon spawning this event. Is this Pokemon evolving into Malamar going to be any good, and is it even worth catching in the wild? Check it out right now. Malamar is a dark and psychic type Pokemon, has a base stamina of 200, a base attack of 177, and a base defense of 165, with a max CP at level 50 of 2667. For fast moves, it can learn Peck and Psycho Cut, and for charge moves, it can learn Side Beam, Foul Play, Super Power, and Hyper Beam. As far as raids go, Malamar will not be good. So many better dark and psychic type raid attackers, and its CP cap is just too low. But how about for PvP? Malamar will be decent in PvP because it has a pretty decent moveset. Running Psycho Cut, Super Power, and Foul Play, Malamar ranked 1 157 in the Great League, 311 in the Master League, and his best position is going to be in the Ultra League with XL Candies ranked 81 with Psycho Cut, Superpower, and Foul Play. You're going to want around a 3-15-15 IV set for this Pokemon if you're going to be running it as a rank 1 in the Ultra League, but this Pokemon can have some decent play, however, just has to be careful of some fairy type Pokemon. So yeah, Malamar, unfortunately not good for raids or anything like that, but a decent Pokemon for PvP. I definitely recommend grab yourself one if it's not too much of a hassle. You can run it and it might be fun. I know a lot of YouTubers are probably into running it, so you can check out some videos about if it runs well or anything like that. Now let's talk about the raids. So we got the 1-star raids, really nothing insane in here except Staryu and Chimecho are 2 Pokemon that give you bonus Stardust. I think for Staryu, every time you catch one, you'll be getting around 500 Stardust, I believe, and Chimecho, you'll get 1,000. So if you have an extra free daily raid pass and one of these raids are near you, not completely worthless raids to do, but really avoid the 1-stars. Now moving on to the 3-star raids here, they're actually not terrible this time around. First of all, we have the Wobbuffet, like we mentioned before. It's more worth it to grind this Pokemon in the wild, but it is in 3-star raids if you want to do it. But we do have Medicham spawning in the wild. And Medicham is a very good Pokemon for the Great League. Medicham also, when you catch it, will give you a guaranteed XL Candy since this is a 2nd stage evolution. So it's great to get that XL Medicham for the Great League. Finally, we do have Metagross spawning here in the 3-star raids. People are going to be going crazy for this one. Now, Metagross is a great Pokemon to go for in raids. However, you do have to mention, if you do get a high IV Metagross or one you actually want to use, you need to use an Elite Charge Jam on it to give it Meteor Mash. Without Meteor Mash, this Metagross you catch in 3-star raids will be completely useless, as Meteor Mash is the only good move you can really have on Metagross. Metagross does have a Mega Potential in the future. It's a good Steel type raid attacker, and it is good in the Master League. So those are the 3 places you can use Metagross if you do want to rate it in 3 stars. Finally, we have Lugia spawning in 5-star raids. Lugia with Aeroblast is very good in the Master League. So if you are a PvPer, you can get this Pokemon, but if you don't like PvP, then there's really no worth going after Lugia unless you want that shiny. And we do have Mega Slowbro in the Mega Raids, but again, don't get your Mega Energy through Mega Raids. Once you've Mega Evolved in Mega Slowbro at least one time, you can just walk your buddy for Mega Energy. On the topic of Mega Slowbro, there is going to be pretty much only Psychic type Pokemon spawning this event. So if you do evolve a Mega Slowbro, which is the only Psychic type Mega in Pokemon Go right now, you'll be getting 1 bonus candy for each of these Psychic type Pokemon you do end up catching. So if you are trying to grind candy for any of these Pokemon on screen right now, go ahead and Mega Evolve a Mega Slowbro. That's your only option. Honestly, those are pretty much all my tips for the event. However, I'm going to go through a couple metal tips right now, tips to get some of those platinum metal that you can go for during this event. First off, this is a Psychic type event. So if you haven't completed your Psychic type medal, which is catch 2,500 Psychic type Pokemon, is definitely a chance to take a big chunk out of this medal. We also do have that daily snapshot, which is going to be the Inkay, which is a guaranteed snapshot. So if you're not done your camera medal, just have 400 surprise encounters with Go Snapshot. You can do this one each day and it'll obviously keep adding. This is going to be a great chance for me to finish my snapshot medal since I'm only 7 away, and this event will be happening for more than 7 days, so I can complete that medal. The Rising Star medal is defeat 150 species of Pokemon in raids. Now I want you guys to take a look at this raid roster right here and try to think if you've ever raided for any of these Pokemon. If you've raided for some of these Pokemon, you can discard them, but any Pokemon you haven't raided for in these raids is definitely going to be worth raiding at least once, so you can get another point towards your Rising Star medal, which is defeat 150 different species of Pokemon in raids. For example, I know Inkay is going to be the first time for everyone raiding it, so raid at least 1 Inkay during the raid so you can get another point towards the Rising Star Platinum medal. Finally, I want you guys to remember Abra is going to be spawning in the wild, and if you don't know, if you mirror trade an Abra, or if you trade an Abra with a friend, if you've received an Abra from trade, making that 2nd evolution from the Kadabra into the Alakazam will be completely free. So what you can do is your friend can catch a bunch of Abras, you can catch a bunch of Abras, go ahead and trade them with your friend, and then if you want to work on this medal right here, which is the Evolve medal, which requires you to evolve 2,000 Pokemon, you can pretty much go ahead, obviously use the 25 candies to evolve Abra into Kadabra, but then the 2nd evolution is going to be free, so pretty much doing those 2 evolutions is going to average around to 12.5 Abra candies per evolution, which is amazing if you want to go ahead and grind that medal. Final tip, guys, and this is obviously not a tip about the event, but always when a new Pokemon comes out, for example, Malamar, in the first couple, hours or first couple days, people want to try out the Pokemon, they want to give it an attempt. So if you are going in the Go Battle League and doing some battles, it might be worth to run some counters to Malamar, like some Fairy type Pokemon, as you might be seeing a couple more Malamars in the Go Battle League right now because, the hype is right there and everyone wants to try out the new Pokemon. So that could be a tip for you guys if you are trying to rise up in the Go Battle League. Go ahead and use counters to Malamar, at least use Pokemon that could counter Malamar on your team. With that being said, guys, that's pretty much the video. Again, this is a pretty simple and generic event. It's like we got some generic wild spawns, we got some, raids, we got some cool research going down. So definitely go ahead and grind those out. And if there is any more information that comes to light, then I will leave it in the pinned comments below. So be sure to go down there and check out the pinned comments to see if there's anything I missed in this video. But with that being said, guys, appreciate y'all being here. We're going to see you in the next one. A follow for more tips. Peace.